Hey guys, this is gonna be a little bit more of a serious toned video just because if you see the title, it is how I dealt and deal with racism. This video is also kind of how I began to accept myself, who I am, and where I come from. So I went to a kindergarten that was called St. Kevin's, and this school went from kindergarten through 12th grade. And if it isn't crazy, this school went from kindergarten to 12th grade, and granted, I didn't know everyone in this school, but I knew a majority of this student body, and I only knew 2 people, not including myself, that weren't white. One was my best friend Nari, who was Korean. We had church buddies, so since it was a Catholic school, we went to church like either every week or like once every month. I forgot which one it was. My memory is honestly shit. Whenever we went to church, we had a church buddy, and the girls had girl buddies and the guys had guy buddies. I had a guy buddy because they ran out of girl buddies for me. I had this kid who was African American, and he was like this very light-skinned black kid, and he was my buddy. So those were the only 2 people I knew that weren't white, and everyone else was white except for obviously me. A little girl named Alexis, and I'm just gonna use all names because I really don't care at this point. This was in like kindergarten. If she sees this, cool, hey, what's up, you bullied the shit out of me. This girl, Alexis, would continuously make fun of me, and it was a long time ago. I don't really remember clearly on what she said. I was in a Girl Scout group that were called Brownies because we were like little. She was in this group with me, and I had a bunch of friends in that group, and you know, they were good friends, and she was friends with my friends. She would often make fun of me and make me feel like I didn't belong in my friend group. She would do things like make fun of my curly hair, and just really mean stuff to make me feel like I was out of place. And I would go home crying every day after school because of her. I guess since they were all white, I figured if I was white, would she accept me? I would often get made fun of my big curly hair, and that went on from kindergarten all the way to middle school. In middle school, I moved from Queens, New York, that's where I lived like pretty much all my life, to Connecticut. I was nervous, I wouldn't make any friends, you know, the typical new girl kind of feelings. So I became friends with another group of white kids. They'd tell me things like, you're not black, like you're an Oreo, you know, chocolate on the outside, white in the inside. You talk white, you speak white. I would take these words and hear them as compliments. They were saying this to me as if they were compliments to me, like, no, you're really white at heart, like it's okay, like you're not really black, like that's a good thing, you're not black. Me being the new girl and just wanting to fit in, like this was really good to hear, and I just thought like, wow, I'm really like, I belong somewhere. I wanted to be accepted in any way that I could. I didn't care about losing sight of who I was or where my roots had stemmed from. I just wanted to fit in. Now we're in high school. Those friends began to dwindle. They stopped answering texts, stopped inviting me to their parties, and finally it was like radio silent. Everyone would be like, you know, you're not gonna have all your friends from middle school and high school. And I'm like, no, those are my homies, like they're my bros, like they will not, like they wouldn't ditch me, what the, but then they do. So that happens in high school. It's not a myth. When they stopped talking to me, I began to cut other people out of my life with a really trustworthy, tight-knit circle, which I'm really glad about. This is kind of the time where I started wanting to be online schooled. So I just was thinking about my future a lot more. That's kind of how I dealt with racism. I kind of took it in a way where I wanted to be something I wasn't. When people were feeding me ignorance, I was taking them as compliments and just wanting to be a part of something. Now, how I deal with racism. This year, I have met all of my brothers. I've reconnected with my dad, and doing this, I actually have been embracing a lot my culture from my dad's side, being African American. My brother is really passionate about Black Lives Matter, and just having that side and just being able to connect with that side of my family, I think has made me grow a lot more, and has actually made me proud of who I am. So if someone were to tell me today that I'm not black, I would calmly just tell them that I am just as African American or black as the next person. Just because I'm mixed, or just because I have certain mannerisms, or if I speak a certain way, it doesn't mean I'm any less black than the next person. I am black, my father is black, and that's just yeah, I'm black, like yeah, I am. If someone were to tell me today that I'm an Oreo, my outside or complexion might be brown, like an Oreo chocolate wafer, but on the inside I'm runny, not some artificial fake white cream. I wish the people who longed for my unique hair didn't tear me down so much so to the point where I'd have damaged my hair, where my curls won't bounce like that ever again. Years of emotional damage equaled years of the heat damage, and it ultimately destroyed my hair. To every young curly girl out there, please embrace your curls. They are beautiful, and no one has your curl pattern, no one has your hair, and no one has your face to match it, and you're beautiful. And I want you to know that curls are amazing and they're unique, and not everyone has them. Not everyone has been given curly hair, because it is unique and it is a blessing. So I just want to tell every curly girl out there to embrace your curls. We are different, and that's not the problem. The problem is people thinking that they're better or more human. Just because you may look different from me, it doesn't mean that you're any better than I am. I know that my problems probably seem so minuscule to you guys. I know a lot of people go through a lot more than I have in my life with racism, but I just wanted to share my experience and my story, and how I dealt with it, and how I now deal with it, and how I'm proud of where I come from and who I am. If anyone has similar incidences, I just want to help those who can relate to my story. And if you can't relate to my story, I just want you guys to know to just be kind to each other, because honestly that goes a really long way. I wish I could have accepted myself a long time ago. I would do things like wear 100 SPF in the summer and like not go outside so I wouldn't get more tan. I would straighten my hair every day. I would get not relaxers, but like keratin treatments and stuff like that. I would pay extra money to not be who I was. I just hope that if something like this is happening to you guys, you can just be yourself. And let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you can relate to me, or you just like the message I was trying to get across to you guys. Just give it a thumbs up and comment down below your story, and we can just chat in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. One of my favorite quotes from Ferrari is, "We are, but I'm on the inside." But so I would ow, I just hit my elbow. It also crosses like cross links with my hey guys. I was just really close to the camera. I'm itchy, but I just did my makeup.